Oh my gosh.
Just like that, I'm live. Oh my goodness.
Okay. This is very, oh, hey, you can see like all my, is that a prettier view? I started about a minute early because I just wanted to make sure that this is working. Somebody say something so I know. There we go. Okay. Oh, Amber. Hey, yes, these are the Bauble Bar earrings. I did take the time to fill out the description box. I'm sorry, this is terrible. If I look at your comments, I'm not looking at the camera. If I look over there, I can't see what you're saying. So I apologize in advance for not looking directly at you because that would make me crazy. Oh my gosh, Budiction's here. Okay. So I'm just going to give us a few minutes to, you're so funny. Amber, hit that Sephora. I know what you're doing there. Hey guys. Oh my gosh, I recognize screen names. This is so fun. I've been nervous about this all day. You know, let me move over to this side because the comments are showing up over there. So I thought I would answer your questions live. I've been nervous all day. It's kind of, you know, sorry, here we go. I do Instagram stories or Instagram live all the time, but you know, I don't get more than about 200 people at a time. And this is only the second time I've done a live. The first time I did a live on YouTube, the comments kept coming so quickly, glitter girl, that I couldn't keep up. So if this is something that works well, I'd like to do this more often, at least once a month. Some housekeeping and questions for you. First of all, are the comments, if I sit over here, are the comments covering my face? They are. So let me center myself. Or maybe you see something different than what I see. I don't know. So I have, message retracted. Okay, that's interesting. So I have my YouTube community questions pulled up on my laptop over here. I'm doing this on my phone. I have my iPad here so that I can look at the Instagram questions. I will, of course, also answer your questions live, but I thought I'd give priority to the people who took the time to put pen to paper, well, fingers to keyboards, and do those first. Okay, so the first question I will answer is from Christina Raleigh, a fellow YouTuber who is a little stinker, and she wrote, would you rather have fingers for eyelashes or eyelashes for fingers? And I didn't have to give this a lot of thought. I would rather have fingers for eyelashes because if I had eyelashes for fingers, I couldn't pick anything up. But eyelashes, fingers for eyelashes, I guess I never deal with mascara or eye makeup. That is the most ridiculous question. And Christina, I'm gonna get you back. Okay, so I'll just start scrolling. And if there's anything you're just dying to know, you just cannot wait for me to get to the question, just blurt it out and I will try to answer your questions because that's fun too. Okay, a lot of people asked, not specific, slide to my left, like this way, which is actually my right. Okay, so a lot of people were asking, are we considering moving to Oxford, Mississippi when Shane graduates high school and goes to school there? No, not full-time, not even really part-time. This will get saved like a regular video, by the way. Just the top of my head. I'm gonna just sit in the middle, okay? This is confusing. We've talked about it, but the reality is, for many reasons, it makes more sense to stay in San Antonio. And see, if I go this way, really, then it's all the words are on my face, but I guess it doesn't matter. You know, in 4 years after that, when Shane graduates, who knows if they're gonna stay in Oxford? So it's a little silly for us to like buy a home and stay there. We're thinking more than likely we would do like VRBO kind of thing and maybe do some longer stays, like maybe a month at a time. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Also, if we bought a place in Oxford, then I'd feel compelled to have to be there all the time. And I really just want to be able to travel a lot more too. So we'll probably do some long-term rentals, but nothing like year-round or a permanent home. Okay. A lot of people asked also, not a lot, there were a few people and some thumbs ups, and All the comments went away. Okay, hopefully it's still working. What does Michael do? And I realized that a lot of you are new and don't understand why my husband is always lurking around the house in the middle of the day. Or I've said it in a live on Instagram, but never said it here. So, what Michael does is he is and always will be a licensed attorney. He's specialized in trial law of commercial litigation. He represented the end of his career banks. But he retired, it'll be 3 years ago this July. He took early retirement and the opportunity just came up, and it's been really great to have him here. He still keeps his law license. He's current and dabbles in law from time to time. Well, actually, he reviews all the contracts and stuff that come through for MsGoldgirl, but that's not exactly, doesn't take a legal genius for that. But primarily, he spends his time managing our family investments. So it's not very exciting. Well, he likes it, but that's what he does. So that's that answer. So now it's there. Okay, happily a housewife said, if I only had to shop at one clothing store for the rest of my life, which one would it be? That would be hard. It would be a toss-up between Target and Nordstrom. But I think I'd have to do, okay, so if it's only clothing, Nordstrom. If it had to be everything, then it would be a toss-up. So that's a tricky one. I have no plans to live anywhere else. A beautiful mess, but I will come visit sometime. Oh, Lynette asked, besides an eyeshadow palette, what makeup product would I like to develop? Now, I have no plans to develop any kind of makeup. No one's ever asked me. I'm never gonna say never, but it's highly unlikely that that opportunity would ever fall in my lap. But if it did, other than designing the perfect 6 eyeshadow palette that I selfishly want to create for myself, the other product I would want is the perfect neutral rosy pink. Doesn't exist. I can't find it anywhere, or I'll find it in I'll find the right shade, but it's not the kind of formula that I want. So, you know, but never say never. My Real Housewives tagline. Okay, I'm still working on this one, but it would be something like, I live with 3 men and 3 dogs, but I'm the biggest bitch in the house. Wait, I'm getting dark. Did it just get dark? Am I the only one seeing that? Like, it got... I missed my camera. Well, okay. Anyway, there is a delay between when you type and when okay. No, my screen got a little dim. Hopefully you won't dim out. Let me poke at it so it knows I'm here. Okay. I just don't want it to like go dark, like turn off. Michael does help with my video production. He sets up the camera. He sets up like the well, I bring my laptop out, but he makes sure my microphone's on, adjusts the focus for me, hits record and leaves most of the time. So yes, and that has been a huge help. I don't use lighting. I'm actually sitting where I normally film, although I'm slightly angled. Normally I'm more like this. There's windows right behind me. Or right in front of me, behind the camera. So yeah, he helps me with that, and it is huge. He takes my if I do outfit of the day pictures, which are few and far between, but if I do those, he's my camera guy, and it's been fun. Also, probably the only thing we still fight about, because I won't like a camera angle, or I won't like the way he took the picture, and then I yell at him. Do I miss teaching? No. Isn't that sad? I really don't. I'm not a Spurs fan. I just don't love basketball. So I mean, I'm happy when the Spurs win, but I really don't care. I'm a football girl, and then a little bit of baseball. Let's see, more questions. Did I have a plan or strategy to get my brand where it is today, or did it just happen? That was asked by Kubzi. My entire YouTube career has been flying by the seat of my pants. I have no plan. I've never had a plan. I still don't have a plan to this day. I have never reached out to a brand and asked for products or asked to work with a brand. Random emails just show up in my inbox, and it's like, oh, sure, I'll do that. It's the very first sponsored video that I got offered was an email from the PR company that works with CoverGirl, and I was like, how'd you find me? And it's always been that way. I'm not knocking the women who are much more gung-ho and business-oriented and know what they want. Sorry, I have a Dr. Pepper here. And you know, contact brands where it's all just kind of fallen in my lap, and I'm just enjoying the ride. And that goes along, well, like Kentucky, that goes along with where I see myself in 5 or 10 years. Um, I have no plans. Like, I'm just thrilled that I still get to do this. I think this summer, yeah, it will be 8 years on YouTube. And so I'm just grateful that someone wants to watch my videos, frankly. And anything that comes of that, it's just gravy. Amy Leonhardt, what made me change my mind about sponsorships? Okay, so back in the day when I said I would never do them, the only sponsorships that were available were like for, how do I put this? For brands that I had never heard of, that you would never have heard of, that we would never want to use the product. So it didn't make any sense. Like, I'm not gonna, and the money that they would offer you, like $50, $100 to what? Endorse a product that you don't like? So when it was that, I'm like, no, I'll never do a sponsor video, because back then, we're talking 6, 7, 8 years ago, big brands, like Target and Sephora and Nordstrom, companies I've worked with, they didn't recognize that YouTube was a medium to have their marketing. So now, things change. And I turn, you hear people say this, but it's true. I turn down far more than I accept. I only take opportunities that I either already love the brand or product, or I've already been hearing interesting things and I'm curious about it. It's just, there's not enough money in the world for me to lose my integrity and to lose your trust in. So I weigh every opportunity very closely, and even opportunities I've had where things were going great and then they turn around and go, well, we want you to say this. I've told the brand, no, like, that's not what I do. So I've been very, I don't want to say lucky, I've just been very forthright with the brands I work with. Like, this is what I'll do and this is what I won't. I've only one or two times had a brand say, we want you to say this. And I've said, well, then you need to hire an actor, because that's not how I roll. But always it's just been like, hey, can you do a video about this product? Okay. Or Nordstrom would say, can you do a video on fall themed items? Like, anything? Yeah, anything. Okay. And you buy the stuff, you pick out what you want to talk about. You're going to see a video hopefully next week from Chico's. They came back and asked me to do another video with them, and I picked the clothes. I picked out how I wanted it done. I did, all they said was, can you make a video with our clothes? Okay. So, when you have total creative control and it's fun and it's a great opportunity, then why say no? Like, why would you say no? So, and yes, it's nice to be compensated. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? When I do, it depends. Every brand is different. Nordstrom pays you a flat rate, and you pay for the products. You buy what you're going to talk about. In Chico's case, they gifted me the products. I just had to tell them what I wanted and what size. So, everything is a little bit different. I rarely drink this stuff, but I am so tired. I need some caffeine. I did not have a good night's sleep. All the dogs decided that they needed to sleep on me. Okay, back to the questions. Hang on. My screen went dark. Okay. Oh, this was like a... Rosie said, does it bother you at all that your son lives in Mississippi? They don't have the best reputation. Okay, I'm not going to jump on Rosie, because I totally understand the concept of having a preconceived notion about someone or something or someplace. I had a preconceived notion about Mississippi before I visited. We have stereotypes that we jump to about anything that's different from us. That is human nature. I totally understand that. I think, especially in these very politically charged times, we need to take a step back from doing that, because I was very wrong. Now, I have not visited the entire state of Mississippi. I've not met everyone that lives in the state of Mississippi, but I've personally had wonderful, amazing experiences in Oxford, Mississippi, and the people are lovely and warm and welcoming, and the food is amazing, and it's a beautiful place. And I'm proud that my son goes there. So I mean, I don't know what she says they don't have the best reputation. I don't know if she's referring to the university or, okay, sorry, my neck is killing me, or the entire state, but know about something is like what you read about or see in the movies. It's very different than the reality. So, excuse me. Okay, one of the drawbacks from drinking Dr. Pepper is it makes me burp. So. About my cleaning schedule and like how do I keep my house clean? I have a cleaning crew. I have a cleaning crew that come once a week. There are usually 4 ladies that show up, and so they keep my house clean. And then, I mean, they do the deep cleaning kind of stuff, and then I do put things away. I do clean as I go, even when I cook, and wipe down the countertops and all that. So, but you know, honestly, having 4 women who are technically keeping my house for me makes a huge difference. I mean, let's be real. They've been cleaning for me when Jake started his freshman year of high school. So this will be 6 years they've been cleaning for me. And before that, I did not have a cleaning crew in this house. So like 8, 9 years without them. And you know, it's again, a lot is putting things away as you go. If you let things accumulate, you'll be overwhelmed and you will never be able to keep up with it. Clutter is not a good thing. Oh, this is a good question. Do I want to do a follow a tutorial tag? I don't like those. I'm sorry. If you love them, that's great. Is it just me? I feel like they're kind of insulting. Like you're kind of ripping apart the person you're following. Like trying to show like what they did wasn't accurate or isn't working, or I don't know. I don't care for it. Sorry. I don't do my Zoya videos anymore because not no one. That's a double negative. Apologize. Very few people are interested in watching a video dedicated to Zoya nail polish. So I just wear them in my life and mention them if they're particularly a favorite, but it's always listed in my vlog or listed in the description box what I'm wearing. So yeah, that's kind of why. Also, they're really hard to film all the swatches and all the, I don't know. But I guess if enough people really want to see that, I really should do like my current favorite spring nail polishes, or I'm sorry, but you were like one of like 6 people. So that's a problem. Okay, why am I doing this? I pulled some kind of something in my neck, and for like a week it's been killing me. I don't really use a tinted moisturizer anymore. I still reach for my CC cream over everything. So, but when I did use a tinted moisturizer, it was the Laura Mercier one. Was by far the best. What was the song that you and Michael first danced to at your wedding? It was "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" from The Lion King, because that was the first movie we saw together. This one got a lot of likes. You said in your vlog that you weren't religious, but we see you celebrating what I think are religious holidays. Maybe I don't understand. Can you share how that works? Okay. I need to preface this by saying I do not represent every Jewish person. I can only speak for me and my family. So, Judaism is one of those kind of interesting religions where you can culturally practice a lot of the traditions without necessarily doing the religious part of it. So, and a lot of our traditions do have religion tied into, obviously, but they're practiced at home. So a lot of it centers around meals. I'm always up for a meal. So that's what you see. We don't go like you're supposed to go every Saturday morning to services. That just doesn't happen for us. We have other things going on, but it's not a priority for us, I should say. But we did have our kids go all the way through Sunday school and get bar mitzvahed and get confirmed. And being Jewish is a very big part of who I am, but as far as the religious observations, like the strict rules, like the dietary laws and all that, no. So, not for me. Someone asked if I've ever been to Canada. Yes, I've been to Canada I've been to Montreal. That's it. One drugstore brand of makeup for the rest of my life would be Flower Beauty. Hands down. Oh my God. I am obsessed. I just bought a ton more. Okay, this Dr. Pepper was a big mistake. Bought a ton more products. Amazing, amazing, amazing. High end, that's harder to pick one. Oh, Michael's texting me from another room. He says, you've been to Victoria. Been to Vancouver Island. Okay, thanks, babe. So, yes, and I love Canada. And my goal in life is to stay in every Fairmont in Canada. The insomnia was better until the dog, no, he can hear me. The dog started sleeping on my head again. I think it's the dogs. I did try a couple sleep supplements. I should talk about those. And they made me I slept great, but they made me really groggy the next day, like the whole next day. I don't think he's watching. Are you watching? No, he can hear me. Sorry. He says, no, but I can hear you. You're really loud. Okay, let me see. More questions. I don't still do the international snack boxes. Anna Braswell, questions like that lead me to believe that you are not asking for any good reason, so that's why I'm not answering you. Best advice for a mother with teenage boys. Have a sense of humor. Get some air freshener. Don't take anything too seriously. I don't know if it's different for girls. I mean, I only have the teenage boys. I don't interact much with teenage girls, but I mean, you know what? There's just, when you have boys, just because they're supposed to be all manly and stuff, they still get moody and they still get emotional, and you just remember that they have their emotions that are very fragile as well. And invest in Tide with Febreze also. That's a good one. Okay. Will you ever stop highlighting your hair and go silver? Right now I have like 3 hairs. I don't know if you can see them. I don't know if I can see them. I have 3 gray hairs. So that would be weird. If it grew in like that pretty silver color, sure. Not anytime soon, but maybe 65? Maybe? I don't know. So when both boys are away at college, would you consider going back to work, or do you expect to dedicate more time to YouTube? This is work. I technically work more hours than I would have if I just went and got a job. So like out of the house. So this is my work, and I don't know if I'll do more or less when the kids get out. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I like where I am. Oh, and that was another, I kind of answered that. Where do I see my channel in 5 or 10 years? I hope it's just still here. I mean, I'd like to hit that elusive 100,000 goal just to get the freaking silver button, but that's just like a weird thing. But honestly, I'm so happy with where I am. I would have never dreamt of reaching this level and having this platform, and you know, I don't have any goals. I don't want to get any. Like, I really don't want to be any bigger than this. If I could just plateau right around here, it's great. It's great. Like, what else could I ask for, really? I mean, we have a favorite saying around here: pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered, meaning don't get too greedy. So, what do I think of YouTube's future with the new algorithm? Oh, a bunch of people asked about like if YouTube changed its revenue practice and all that, or with all the changes, would I leave YouTube and go somewhere else? Probably not. You know, it's something to keep in mind. I started as a viewer, right? We're all viewers and subscribers of other people. And where else can you watch anything you want for free? I mean, you have to sit through structure and all the stuff that makes this happen. I just make videos and upload them whenever I want, and there's no problem. I think it's pretty absurd for me to complain about any changes like that. So unless they start charging people to watch, or charging creators to upload, that would be a different story. What is the biggest misconception that viewers have about me? I don't know. I don't know what they think of me. Well, I know a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what you see is pretty much what you get. I curse a little more when I'm not on YouTube, but other than that, this is it. I have been not watching the news lately. Oh, how do I stay positive and happy and all that good stuff? Got a lot of those questions. That could be like a whole video, but in a nutshell, it's a choice. It's a choice. Now, my life is, I think, particularly more blessed than many, so I have a lot to be happy about, but we all have trials and tribulations. I just don't share the scary stuff that goes through my life on the internet, family issues and all that over the years. That's, personal. But it's really a choice. Do I want to be happy? Do I want to focus on the positive, or do I want to wallow in misery? It's really, unless you seriously have clinical depression, in which case that is not a choice, and that is a medical condition and you need to get some help. It's always a choice how you want to accept adversity and how you want to deal with it. So I know that sounds really easy as I'm sitting here talking about my cleaning lady and all that good stuff, but no, seriously, we've lost Michael's parents, we've had health issues, we've had kids in the hospital, we've had, job issues and all the stuff that happens over a lifetime that happens in normal life. We've had all that stuff. And, this too shall pass. I am married to my best friend. I have my kids. They're relatively healthy. I'm relatively healthy. That's how you stay positive. And it's okay to have moments of not being happy either. Just accept that there's a time limit. I'm going to be miserable today, tomorrow wake up, it's a new day. I also very much strongly don't believe in sugarcoating and pretending like nothing is wrong. You have to acknowledge when things are not going well, but don't just sit and wallow in it, because it just builds and you'll never get out of that hole. Can I go back and scroll through? Oh, I can. How is Shane's ulcerative colitis? Oh, he's doing really well. Okay. You missed my old videos when I sat on the living room floor. I'm just curious. I'll go back to Shane in a minute. What's the difference between me sitting here and sitting there? The content is the same. The way I talk to you is the same. Is it just the background you like? I'm just curious. Shane, knock on wood, has really never had a full-blown flare-up since he was initially hospitalized. He had a couple little hiccups, which were really triggered by getting a stomach bug that was going around school. But as far as his ulcerative colitis itself acting up, or his regular medical therapy, not working, knock on wood, he's had no issues. And they really attribute that. We just saw his doctor Tuesday. They really attribute that to his adherence to his diet. The living room floor seems more intimate. Okay. It's really just easier for me to sit at the table and have my stuff spread out. Also, Rowdy would knock everything over if I sat over there. It's just, and I got bored of sitting on the floor. It's really not comfortable. That's part of it. I'm sorry. I like sitting, and the light's much better here. We got different shades. That's part of the issue also, is we got different shades over there, and the light isn't great, and it's only coming from one side. So, there you go. Thanks, Nancy. Yeah, there's it's okay. The questions here are fine. There's been a few that have not been respectful, and you just don't answer. You have to understand the motivation behind someone asking that kind of question. I don't know if I'll sit here forever either. 8 years. I get a little bored. So I move things around. I change cameras. I change editing software. It's not because of anything you guys care about really or notice. It just keeps my head kind of engaged. I'm done with sitting on the floor. I don't know if I could get up if I sat on the floor. That could be a problem. Okay, let's go back to some. Oh, wait. Let me hit some questions from the YouTube community page. Thank you, Makeup Angel. I heard something a long time ago. There was an interview on XM, Sirius XM, some station, and they we're asking Bethany Moda how she dealt with the haters, trolls, gossip, whatever. And she's very young, and I don't actually watch her, but I know who she is. She's on YouTube. She's huge. And my nose is itching. I apologize. Hey, Amber. And she said, I can't let the haters get to me because they don't know me. They know like a 5-minute blurb of me, of what I show. In the same way that you can't let the people who say, I love you and I think you're wonderful, I can't let that go to my head either, because you don't know me either. As long as the people who truly know me in real life are okay with me, are proud of me, are happy with what the choices I'm making, as long as those people are satisfied and giving me good feedback, you can't let the really good stuff get to your head. You can't let the really bad stuff get to your head, you know? What I would consider doing a meet and greet anywhere. It's just been difficult to set those up. I don't have like an agent or a team, like an advanced team that can find me a place to meet up and all that. So, excuse me, I really have to burp and I'm trying not to. Okay. I would move anywhere my boys are once they're settled, and live in the South where there's no snow for most of the time. But Michael and I have, how long have I been doing this? YouTube since July of 2010, and all my vlogs are on my main channel. Yeah, I wish I could send you, oh, yeah, it's might get into the 50s tonight. Ooh, okay. A lot of people are asking about my thyroid. It's the same. I have like no news to report. That's why I don't do updates. It's just there doing its thing, or not actually doing its thing. My meds have not changed. Synthroid is not poison. Sorry. I'm just kind of avoiding discussing too in depth the medical stuff, because I am not a doctor and I can only tell you what's working for me and my family. But yeah, I'm doing great. I'm asymptomatic, and I am going for my follow-up appointment at the end of May. I have one younger brother, and the reason you don't see me talking or hear me talking about my parents or my brother, is because they have very specifically asked not to be discussed on YouTube, shown on YouTube, like nothing about them. They want no details, like what they do, where they live, are they married, are they not, nothing. So I have to respect that, and having seen how certain family and friends of mine have been discussed on the internet, I can certainly respect that decision. So nothing nefarious, or I'm not hiding anybody. They just would prefer to be hidden. Favorite pig out guilty pleasure food? Oh my gosh. I just went to the mall today with my friend Linda. You will see that in the vlog next Sunday, because we hit Sephora, and we were walking out and they had a kiosk set up of a raw cookie dough bar that is made with pasteurized eggs, so it's safe to eat. Oh my God. Okay, so if I could eat anything, just like pig out on anything, a tub of raw cookie dough, chocolate chip cookie dough, or a tub of frosting, vanilla buttercream frosting. Obviously, these are not things that one should eat at all, but I do. Wait. Oh, how do you get your boys motivated in school? You beat them repeatedly. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. That's still something that I just work. I don't think. Oh my God, you saw your mom in the background? That is unbelievable. That's hysterical. Okay. What advice would I give young mothers? Everything goes really quickly. All the cliche things that you hear, like the days are long, but the years are short. It goes by like that. Every stage that you don't love, or that's a little more trying, it's gone before you know it. While you're living in it, not so much. It seems like an eternity. And I will admit that the years 0 to 5 drag on. And then once they start school full time, whoosh, it just flies. This raw cookie dough place had chocolate chip cookie dough, like 10 flavors. It was unbelievable. They had a lemon blueberry that was to die for. Anyway, also, I would tell parents that are pregnant or that have really new ones, you don't rearrange your life to fit them. They rearrange their lives. They arrange their lives to fit yours. Notice how I say arrange. You have been on this planet for 20 odd, 30 odd years. They're new. They don't have a schedule. They have no expectations. So why, within reason, do you need to change your whole life around and kowtow to this small, basic parasite for the time being? I feel like we get it wrong as parents, and I say we because we've all tried to. You got to create them. Rowdy has separation anxiety, but you got to create them and get them another dog. I know that sounds crazy, but that's huge. But back to parenting. Shoot, what was I saying? We are not there to I think this is a relatively new concept generationally in parenting. Our parents certainly didn't behave this way, and our grandparents' generation most definitely did not think that the children run the household. It's like letting the inmates run the asylum. I like to say that we are a benevolent dictatorship. There's definitely a hierarchy of I am in charge, I am not your friend, I want you to love me, you don't have to like me. It's nice if you do. I know that sounds really harsh, but I think this attitude of all this asking kids what they want or letting them choose, this is how we're creating this mess of this millennial mess. So a little more structure, a little more hierarchy. That doesn't mean you beat your children. I hope you know I was joking. So that's at least how we parent. If you choose to parent totally differently, guess what? That's fine. I mean, I'm sure your kids will turn out totally fine too. That's the funny thing. But that's just what works for us. So, yeah. Thanks, Susan Watson. If I get a teacher endorsement, then I know I'm doing the right thing. So, could you imagine if we ran our schools letting kids just decide? I mean, okay, I'm just going to go off on my tangent. I just want my kids to be happy. I don't. I mean, do we really just want our kids to be happy? Because being happy would mean Shane would be upstairs right now eating crap, watching TV and or playing video games all day. He certainly wouldn't be at school sitting in AP whatever he's in right now, right? So, if I just did what made me happy, I'd weigh a lot more because I'd be eating that raw cookie dough and tubs of frosting and Lucky Charm marshmallows. That would make me happy. Can't do that. So, I want my children to be content. I want them to be content. I want them to be satisfied with their life choices. If happiness comes into that, that's a bonus. But I think we chase this dream of happiness, and there's no such thing. Which leads me to another question, which was, you and Michael seem to have this fairy tale marriage. How do you keep it up? There's no such thing as a fairy tale marriage. And I feel like maybe that concept is contributing to such a high divorce rate because people go into marriage thinking that if there's any kind of disagreement or discord or argument, then something's wrong and you have to get out of the marriage. That's ridiculous. The reason they're called fairy tale marriages is because it's a fairy tale. It doesn't exist. Most of the time, Michael and I adore each other. We always love each other. I mean, he's my best friend who I happen to be extremely attracted to. But sometimes I don't like him very much. Some days he doesn't like me so much. That's normal. Like, think about people you've been friends with for a really long time. There are days you don't agree with each other. There are moments you don't get along. You don't trash the friendship because you disagreed on whatever. The problem is, bye Lucinda, the problem is when you are disagreeing all the time. The problem is when you think about it and you don't respect your spouse. Then you've got a problem. Do Michael and I fight? Of course we fight. I should say I'm the yeller. Michael does not get emotional at all. And so, which makes me get crazy and yell and scream more. But what do we fight about? Oh, Nicole, you weren't the only one. We fight about his driving. Or that I spend too much time on the internet, like answering YouTube or Instagram questions. Like nothing substantial. I don't know. We really don't disagree on the big things. Sometimes on political issues we'll butt heads a little bit. Doesn't really matter because neither one of us is making any great decisions for the country, so we can have our own opinions. But sometimes I'll not agree with the decision he's made with the boys or vice versa, but I I couldn't even tell you what we fight about. Just stupid stuff. Like that's a good sign. Like if it was, I don't agree with your parenting choices or how you spend money, then you got a problem. Boundaries with the boys and their girlfriends. Well, the girls can't sleep over. Oh wait, she did for prom. But she slept over with 17 other people. You know, I wish I could tell you we had hard and fast rules. Of course I get jealous of what? I'll tell you what I really get jealous of. Instagram can be a very dangerous thing. I'm obsessed with home bloggers, like the decorating. And I see these beautiful, like perfect houses and it makes me crazy. But I keep reminding myself like that's not real either. But I get a little home envy. Okay, back to the boyfriend, girlfriend. They're now allowed upstairs. All the lights are on. I have to hear the TV. I have to hear movement. Every once in a while, I'll be like, hey, I can pop up at a moment's notice. Nobody's allowed in bedrooms. They have curfews, so that's helpful. I track them. I have Life 360, so I track him like a dog. If Michael looks at another woman, do I get jealous? No. I mean, he's married. He's not blind. I notice if an attractive human being of any gender walks by, we both probably notice. I mean, that's normal. Now, if he's like, you know, like ogling, staring, that's a problem. It's never happened. So, I mean, as long as I'm the one he comes home to, I really don't, that stuff doesn't, I've never seen him do it. Have I? Nope. He's a respectful guy. That's not in his, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't, look, if somebody hot's walking by, whether they're a man or a woman, you should stare a little bit, right? I mean, we all can appreciate that. It'd be rude not to. It'd be rude not to acknowledge it's a fine specimen walking by. I know. Whatever. I'm going off on this weird tangent. But, I mean, if I see an attractive woman, I'm usually wanting to ask her where she does her makeup. But, okay. Angie asks, do you ever look at your followers' Instagram accounts to see what they are like? Yes. I look at you guys, too. I do. Not all the time. There's a lot of you, which I'm very grateful for. But, you know, if I get a question that's either incredibly rude or incredibly interesting, like, or I just notice your profile pic's really cute, I'll click on there, see if we have something in common. I've met some good friends through the internet that way, actually. So, yeah. And as far as how do we keep our love going, I don't know, it's just sort of there. No, I'm kidding. It comes back to mutual respect and physical attraction. I think you need both. I do. Otherwise, you're just roommates. Let's see. What is my biggest YouTube success story? What is my biggest YouTube regret? Oh gosh, I probably shouldn't touch that one because I don't know. Biggest YouTube success story. I'm still here. Like I wouldn't count one particular moment because I didn't do anything. Like the Nicole Kidman interview. See, Amber, exactly. That wasn't anything I did. I guess it was just like, you know, the years of putting in the work, and it led to that. So I'm just proud to be here. I'm proud to be here. I'm proud that there's 337 of you currently watching. My biggest YouTube regret. I don't really, you know, you hear people say, I don't live with regrets. I don't really look back. Everything I've done has led to something else or taught me how to do something better. So, oh yeah, I have one. I have one. But it wasn't YouTube, it was Instagram. It was the infamous post I put on Instagram about a year ago about women being nice to each other that was totally misinterpreted. I wish I just kept my damn mouth shut because it was not received the way it was meant to be intended, and that was bad. So that's that. What keeps me motivated and upbeat all of the time? Well, it's not all the time. I just don't film when I'm not feeling it. Which leads to a lot of people asked about planning and all that. I didn't bring my planning stuff. I did do a video all about how I plan for YouTube. I do a monthly calendar and I plan out my video topics for, like, I do vlogs on Sundays, so that's easy. I can't film those ahead of time. I just have to live. But Tuesday, Friday is content videos, and those are videos I can plan out in advance, or at least for the most part know what's coming. And so I try to like film a whole bunch of videos at once to give me wiggle room for the days when I don't feel like filming, the days I don't feel like putting on makeup, the days Michael and I just want to go do something fun, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to hurry up. So that's that. But like, I don't film everything. Like, let's think about it. If I filmed 4 minutes of every day for the vlog, so I had a 28-minute vlog, that's 28 minutes out of 7 days, 24 full hours each day. So I'm not filming when I sleep. I'm not filming when I go to the bathroom, so I don't film like 4 minutes out of a whole 24 hours is not a lot of film time. So you don't see everything. There's a lot of me just sitting on the couch, like folding laundry or picking my nose, whatever. That doesn't get on the camera. How did I start YouTube? I literally just picked up a camera and started talking at it. I started my channel almost 8 years ago because there was nobody my age really talking, not nobody, but very few people my age talking about makeup. And I was really into it. And nobody in my real life was interested at the time talking about it. Come to find out years later, so many of my friends are into makeup, but there's like a shameful thing to talk about. So I started my channel to have a place to interact like we're doing here with other people that were interested in makeup and then clothes and just shallow fun stuff. And it just grew. So there's that. Team XC, you would have to rewind to the beginning to get the answer to that question. We've covered that. The short answer is yes, he does. Does Michael misses my longer hair? I mean, he wishes I had hair down to my tushy and walked around in high heels all day. We all want things we're not going to have. Which YouTuber do I think is most similar to me in personality and or style? That's okay, Team Mixie. I like your name. I say Christina Brawley. I mean, I'm not a doctor. I'm not that smart. But other than that, we have a very similar casual style, I think, and a very similar approach to makeup. So, and we both have a very dry sense of humor. So I think that off the top of my head, it would be her. Do I have any interesting teaching stories? Not really, thank God. I didn't teach very long. I only taught for 2 years. So, Dance Couture asks, why haven't we seen you do meetups? I guess you haven't been watching that long. I used to do them all the time, and then whenever we travel. And then I realized that maybe announcing to the world when I'm not going to be home with my entire family was maybe not the smartest thing in the world, so I stopped doing that. And then I would try to do meetups like when I would travel for YouTube work stuff. But the problem with that is that oftentimes your time is not your own. So I couldn't figure out when I was going to have downtime, or they kind of owned me for that time. So it's hard to do. And when you don't have, like I said, like an agent and a team who can figure out where the meetup's going to be, when I'm traveling somewhere I've never been before, I don't know where to recommend to meet up. So that's kind of been it. I'm way overdue to do one in San Antonio. I'd love to. I should probably think about doing that. So maybe that'll happen. Do I watch all the Real Housewives? I watch now all of them, except I still have not gotten into Potomac. So that's the only one. Is that the only one? I never watched DC, Potomac, or Miami. Those, but of the ones that are currently on, I watched them all. Let's see, what else? How did I teach my dogs to ring the doorbell? Every time you go out, when they're puppies, you say, let's go outside, and you hit the bell. And then all of a sudden they just start doing it. It's not hard to read and talk at the same time if you're used to doing it, but it is a little bit weird. This is an interesting one. As far as beauty goes, where do you feel money is best spent if you don't have enough to have everything done you'd like? What do you feel makes the biggest difference? Skincare products, makeup, Botox, fillers, plastic surgery, whatever. Excuse me, there goes the Dr. Pepper again. I'd say the plastic surgery is clearly not necessary. It's always nice, but not necessary. Or Botox and fillers again. You know, here's the thing. There's something for every budget. So I'd say if your foundation's not great, Bosley inspired you to get a Wyme. Are you regretting that decision? If your foundation's not great, that's what I would get. But I am currently obsessed with, that's a good question, Lorraine, Flower Beauty Foundation. So I can always justify a higher end purchase. Don't get me wrong. I just spent a fortune at Sephora and Ulta, by the way. Although some of that was drugstore at Ulta. But, and see, that's like, my channel could be so much bigger if I was a good liar. Because I could say, you need to have this, that. No, you don't need any of it. But even skincare, that's true. Skincare is important, but again, like you can get pretty good skincare at the drugstore too. Although I do love I don't think I could, you know what? It's skincare. You guys help me. You help me come to this conclusion. I cannot give up Colleen Rothschild. Can't do it. Sorry. The stuff I use from her is not, you can't find that at the drugstore. SK2, I know there's an alleged dupe, but I'm not giving that up either. Yeah, skincare. I'm not wearing Flower Beauty today. Everything I'm wearing today is available at Sephora. If you're via Bain Rouge, you can get it for 15% off, which really is not that great of it. Can I just tell you, hopefully if everything comes in on time, next Friday's video is going to be my Ulta and Sephora haul, because I had my whole list ready to go at Sephora, and then I get an email from Ulta saying, guess what, we're offering you 20% off everything. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. 20% is better than 15%. So anything I could get from Sephora that was at Ulta went onto my Ulta list. So I ordered a lot of stuff yesterday. And then this morning, I went onto the Sephora website and ordered everything I wanted. It's something from Misha, the SK2 dupe. SK2 dupe allegedly is from Misha, but I have heard that it's not a dupe. So I'm not messing around with it. SK2 works for my skin, and it's in my budget, so I'm gonna get it. So there's that. So I will not be trying the dupe because I do not want to be messing around with my skin any more than I already do, because we all know how it goes horribly. Yeah, it's not the same. So, anyway, so I got a lot of stuff from Ulta, then Sephora. I bought stuff online that was not in store where I was going with my friend today, and then in the store, the package is over there. See the strip right there. I only bought 2 things in store. And the guys ringing me up is like, oh my gosh, you're so disciplined. You're only getting 2 things. I'm like, that you can see. Yeah, I went a little nuts. I didn't go too nuts. I mean, for what I could do, I kept it. I spent less than $50 in store. Not a dupe. Thank you, Amber. Okay, Amber, anti-aging Amber, right there. She is the guru. I trust her maybe more than Caroline Hirons. And if she says it's not a dupe, it ain't a dupe. What was that about not having internet? If I didn't have internet for one day, what would keep me? If I have a book, I'm good. That's it. I'm good. Just give me a book. I'll be okay for a day. But something about my personality that you guys probably don't know is I'm obsessed with wanting to know why or how. I love researching stuff. So, like, if we're sitting at the table and someone will go, oh, I wonder, what is the capital of whatever? I'll be on on my phone, like, finding that. Or, like, as we're driving, we were on a road trip. We drove back from Ole Miss Sunday, and we drove through the Atchafalaya swamp. And would I ask my friends if they've had something done? Not in a group. And that's something I want to address. So you guys remind me about addressing things in groups. And I'm like, what's the Atchafalaya swamp? So I'm on the phone Googling. It's the largest swamp in the US, by the way, and it's in Louisiana. Those are things like I like. So, okay, as far as addressing things in groups, I want to address this. It's not a troll thing. It's just sometimes people raise questions or comment on things and I get offended and annoyed. And people are like, why are you so offended? Because you would not ask someone that. If you, my litmus test is this. If you are sitting around a dinner table with 6 people or 8 people and you know, they're friends of yours, but not maybe best friends, but friendly. Would you go across the table like, I don't like your lipstick? Did you know your lipstick is too bright for your face? You would not say that at least I hope you wouldn't say that to someone. Or you wouldn't like point across the table and be like, hey, did you have your lips done? Now, if you're friendly enough with them and you feel comfortable enough personally asking somebody that, that's different. But when you ask a question or leave a comment like that on my YouTube channel, you're basically shouting it out to the world and it's embarrassing and uncomfortable and rude. So that's why, yes, I get, and people are like, why are you so defensive? Because it's rude. it's rude. Like you wouldn't be like, hey, you have spinach in your teeth. Like they would feel embarrassed. So, but one-to-one, different. Send me an email. It's fine. I get most of my reading done at night. That's another reason why I'm probably tired. That's different. Asking me about my religion is not anything Atchafalaya. Okay, see, I didn't learn how to. It's just a big honkin' swamp. Tina, I think probably there is some of that, but she's saying because I share so much of my life, the lines are blurred. I still feel like people should know better. They don't. Most of you do, but it's still like, and then if I don't answer, then they're like, why are you so defensive? You so, do I ever, oh God, Shannon Howell. I think that's a video topic. If my whole makeup collection was gone, what were the first 10 things I would buy? I don't know. I would consider speaking about breast augmentation, except I have teenage boys that watch my videos and their friends watch my videos, and I feel like they would be very uncomfortable to see or know that I was talking about that. I have a lot of things I would love to share or tips in general, but you can see where that could get uncomfortable for my younger family audience. That's like one of those lines, you know, it's tricky. We have about 2 minutes before we hit the hour mark, and I'm thinking that's gonna be a good time to sign off. You like seeing Michael on the vlogs? I like seeing Michael on the vlogs too. He like goes through phases where he wants to be on, and then times when he doesn't care. So, oh my gosh, Tammy, Uppy's Beats is here. Hey, Tammy. I love her too. Yeah, everyone thinks they can say anything, but then they're offended when you don't answer their question. Yeah, I don't think so. Would I recommend Botox? Absolutely. Yes. I would. When I stopped teaching, did I miss the social interaction? You know, teaching to me is a very solitary kind of profession. Most of the time you're in your classroom and you don't see an adult until like little breaks. So I didn't find it to be that as social as I would have liked to have been. Now I can call anyone I want on the phone anytime I want, or go outside and go meet friends any time of day that I want. I feel like I have much more opportunities for social interaction when I left teaching. I would not get lash extensions, even though I think they're amazing, because I'm worried about ruining my lashes. I'm already high maintenance enough between my nails and my hair and Botox. So no. Plus, how would I review mascara if I can't wear it? And I don't want to be so precious about how I take my eye makeup off. I don't have time for that. So while I'm very envious about the people who have it, they look amazing, it's just not going to work for me. Microblading, Oh, 20th. You were my 20,000th subscriber. That was a long time ago. Thank you. Microblading I would possibly do, like right here. I probably would. Would I go on another cruise? Michael and I were just talking about this, not with Shane. When you have someone who has their immune system is compromised, going on a cruise was the stupidest thing we did. And I'm kind of surprised that Shane didn't get more sick than he did. And when we came back, his gastroenterologist was not happy that we took him on a cruise. So no, it's one giant floating petri dish. But Michael and I might do one. We would really like to do the European river cruise when Shane goes off to school. So that will be in the future. But I see that I've hit that 60-minute plus mark. It went by so fast. That kind of stinks. Let me know if you would like to. I've never found. Oh, yes, I have Texas Lioness Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. It's amazing. Tammy, are you going to Dallas next week? By the way, maybe you don't want to announce that on the internet. I will be going to Dallas Thursday through Saturday night, and I will be vlogging that, probably doing some Instagram stories from there as well. Darn it, I'm never gonna meet you. Actually, Tammy, I'm gonna text you after this because I have some more questions. What was I gonna say? So that'll be coming up, and I'm so excited. I'm seeing so many people that I've met over the years that we get to see every year at this Dallas conference. So I'm really excited, and I'll do outfits and all that good things. Is Emily going? Oh God, that'd be awesome. I know Tiffany's going. So yeah, it's gonna be a blast. I'm so excited to see everybody. So on that happy note, I'm gonna say goodbye. I've been wearing L2, which I realize is a shade too dark. So I thought I was wearing L1 all this time. I'm just clueless. So I should be an L1, but L2's been working. Anyway, losing my train of thought. If you really like these, let me know. And maybe I'll do it like once a month because this was really fun. I do Instagram live a lot more. It's less work, to be honest. It's a lot easier to hit the button and go than it is for YouTube. So if you're not already following me on Instagram, it's just at MsGoldgirl. It's super easy. And if you hit, there's a way to set notifications. So every time I go live, you just get a notification. And I try to do them on Wednesday mornings. I usually do them on days when I don't have a video going up. So like Mondays, Wednesdays, or Thursdays are the most likely time you'll see me, but I don't set a schedule. I just pop up and start running my mouth. So thank you for spending some time with me, a lot of time with me. And let's get back to doing what we're doing. And I'll see you guys Sunday for my regular vlog. And this one, if you're catching this at the end, will